We're going to demonstrate a lesson for you now from one of our ebooks to give the tutor an idea of the pace, the format, and the roles of student and teacher in each lesson. If you would like to follow along, open ebook 3 to page 45. Tim wasn't kind. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Now, we're at the part in the chapter where you're going to read a story. Are you ready to read a story?
Mm-hmm.
First, I want to ask you a question. Has anybody ever been mean to you?
Yeah, my brother's kind of mean to me a lot.
Brothers can be that way. And how does that make you feel?
Kind of bad. He calls me a lot of names.
Oh, what does he call you?
Brat, or he sometimes calls me just annoying or something like that.
No. I had some kids be mean to me once when I was in school. I was brand new to the school, and I was so shy that I didn't talk very much, and they thought I was a snob. And that made me feel even more shy and not wanting to talk. So I understand how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be reading a story today about somebody who's not very kind.
Okay.
And by the time you finish the story, I'd like you to tell me what the lesson in the story is and how one person's actions affect everybody's actions.
Okay.
So be thinking about when you read those things. So first I want to ask you about some words. Do you know what a slob is? Somebody calls somebody a slob?
Yep, kind of like you're messy.
Exactly right. Okay, what about the word jolt?
I don't know what that word means.
Well, I'm going to jolt this table. Watch.
Oh, so you kind of pushed it.
Kind of push it, exactly. And you already know the word brat.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you're going to encounter that as well. All right, so again, while you're reading, you're going to read to yourself the first time. And while you're reading, think about how one person's actions affect another person's actions and what the lesson in the story should be for us.
Okay.
Okay? Here, why don't you hold it up?
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Are there any words you need help with?
Nope.
Any words you didn't understand?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to have you read it a second time, and this time, Katie, remember our purpose is what is the lesson in the story, and how does one person's actions affect another person's actions, okay? So I'm going to give you this marker, and you might underline some important words that would help you remember how one person's actions affect another person's actions.
Okay.
Okay? So read it out loud.
Tim wasn't kind. Tim wasn't kind when he told Jack that Jack was a slob. Jack was mad at Tim. Jack did scold Jill when Jill couldn't find a pen. Jill got mad at Jack. Jill did yell at Ben and told him not to jolt the desk again. Did yell at Ben. Ben got mad at Jill. Ben told Tim that he was a fat brat. Tim felt bad. Do you think Tim should have been kind?
Do you think Tim should have been kind?
Yeah.
I do too. Okay, why don't I use the marker while you tell me what happened in the story. What was the first thing that happened in the story?
Well, Tim told Jack that he was a slob.
Okay, so Tim called Jack a slob. And what happened because of that?
Well, Jack must have been mad, so he scolded Jill because she couldn't find a pen.
Okay, so Jack scolded Jill. I'll make it really simple. That was a good inference, by the way, because Tim made Jack mad, Jack got mad at Jill. And what happened because Jack scolded Jill?
Well, Jill then yelled at Ben because he pushed or jolted the desk.
Okay, so I'll make it Jill yelled at Ben. And what happened because of that?
Ben then told Tim that he was a fat brat. That's not very nice.
No, it isn't very nice. So Ben told Tim he was a fat what?
Brat.
Brat.
That's what my brother calls me,
Oh, I'm sorry.
but not fat.
No, he shouldn't. Okay, so now we have, you can see how this all goes in a circle. on our graphic organizer.
Oh.
So why don't you use the graphic organizer and tell me what happened in the story.
Okay.
How did one person's actions affect everybody else's?
Well, Tim called Jack a slob,
Hmm?
and then Jack was mad, so he scolded Jill. And then Jill was probably mad and then yelled at Ben because he jolted the desk. And then Ben told Tim that he was a fat brat.
Exactly right. What do you think was the lesson of the story?
I think the lesson would be that you should treat people the way you want to be treated. Because if you treat one person bad, then it just might come back to you and they might not treat you very well.
Exactly right. So now I'm going to ask you to read one more time, and you did a beautiful job decoding the words and underlining the important information. This time when you're reading, I want you to think about phrasing. The
Okay.
who, the did what, and the where. So we are going to have a dramatic reading by Katie Smith.
Okay. Tim wasn't kind. Tim wasn't kind when he told Jack that Jack was a slob. Jack was mad at Tim. Jack did scold Jill when Jill couldn't find a pen. Jill got mad at Jack. Jill did yell at Ben and told him not to jolt the desk again. Ben got mad at Jill. Ben told Tim that he was a fat brat. Tim felt bad. Do you think Tim should have been kind?
Beautiful job, Katie. A+.
Thank you.